Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Monday and we are a little less than 3 weeks out from the Ben Weider National Show. I wish I could say things have been smooth sailing, and they have been for the most part, but my weight is fluctuating quite a bit. It tends to be like going up more often than it's going down. And honestly, I think that's just because I've had like more stress than usual, just personally and work-wise. And while I tend to manage stress fairly well, I could tell that my body, especially being this low body fat and low calories, is just like so super sensitive to everything. So I've been really strict on my diet. So there's no worry that I'm going to get there. This is going to hold me back, because eventually my body has to function as normal. But my main goal now is to just bring my stress level down and try to let go of some of that water my body is holding. My body holds so much water anyway. I actually hate it because it's just so overly sensitive. And I tend to hold water like in my stomach and in my legs, like my quads and my hamstrings. So it just makes it really hard to see and appreciate the level of conditioning that I have or I'm trying to achieve. But nonetheless, my goal over the next couple weeks, but especially this week, is to just bring my stress level down as much as I can. And I can do that by just like eliminating all variables. So trying to like limit the number of social activities that I do, trying to like progress into some projects and not just like procrastinate like sometimes I do for work, and just overall just try to like chill and relax, take some baths, get a massage, that kind of stuff. So we are bringing calories down today, regardless of the scale going up or not. That was always our plan. So we're going down to 1250 calories. I think we're going to be like at 135 protein, 100 carbs, and maybe like 35 grams of fat. I think that's might be what it is. We're cutting calories, and then we're also adding cardio onto the weekends. So I'll basically do an hour of cardio Monday through Sunday. And we typically do that getting close to show day anyway. So that's really nothing new. Yeah, and so that's really it. Everything else will be business as usual. I'm just praying that the scale continues to go down. And I know that competing or getting on stage isn't about the scale. Nobody's going to be weighing me, so it doesn't matter how much I weigh on the stage. But the scale is important for two reasons. First, my mental health. It's one thing to like put all of this work day in, day out, hour after hour into the diet, into the exercise, and not see the scale move. So that really like messes with you, like it makes you doubt, like, are you doing the right thing? Is your body going to make it? All of these things. And then number two, I try not to worry about the scale because we've put on a lot more muscle. So that has to account for some of the weight. We've been working super hard in the last 14 weeks since Tahoe. So I don't expect to be as light, but ultimately, again, the scale doesn't matter, but it just would give me some like sense of relief if I do see it go down, because then that's aligned with my actions, right? So it's just nice to see progress being made. But I'm going to trust the process. I know my body. This is like the sixth show I think I've done. So I know my body will respond. It always does. And I also realized that since I just competed 14 weeks ago, and I guess that's still 3.5 months, which is a long time, but I've kept my body super lean. I mean, I've been in prep this entire time. So I think that the like level of changes or the number of changes are much, much lower than I should expect of my body, because my body is already in super lean, almost stage ready condition. So I'm just not seeing like those monumental, changes on the scale or in measurements or whatever. But since the scale is going up, knowing that I haven't increased my fat, knowing that my activity level, my workouts have been like high level, really tough, I think that that's just telling me that my body is stressed and that my weight will start to come down once I reduce some of these things. So I sound like I'm trying to convince myself in this video, which maybe I am a little bit, but ultimately I just want to let you guys know, because if you're going through prep or have gone through prep, and you may have experienced the same thing, but to me, what gives me peace is even though the scale is going up, to know that like my diet is super on point, my workouts are super on point, and so everything will come together. So I'm only going to control what I can control. But I'm looking forward to this next few weeks. I am actually also just getting a little nervous that it is getting so close, not because of the scale, but just show day nerves and considering all the things about packing and prepping, getting my hair done, and like all the things. So I'm probably going to start that. Actually, I'm not going to start that until peak week, like packing and getting everything ready. But ultimately, I feel great. I expect my energy to drop a little bit from the calorie drop, but I'm hoping to maintain just a strong energy level for my workouts, which is the most important thing. And I will do that by trying to organize most of my carbs around my workout. And that's pretty much it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will talk to you guys later. 3 weeks out. Just about to make some lunch, and I find that when I am close to show day and my calories are really low, it's super helpful for me to keep foods in my daily diet that I really love and actually look forward to eating, even if it means it takes a little bit more of my carbs or fats. In this case, I have mentioned in like a prior video that I love this vegan like fake chicken that I get. It's really a seitan, like the ingredients in it are the same ingredients in a seitan, if you're familiar with that. But I get it from a local company here in San Diego called Atlas Monroe. I'm not sponsored by them. You would think I am, as much as I actually purchase from them. But they make this like vegan fried chicken, and it is so good. It's very, very healthy in that it's high in fiber, very low in fat, moderate in carbs, and high in protein. And it's like 99% all natural, just like a few ingredients. And It kind of like looks like this. I don't know if you could see that, but what I like about it is that it has like a sort of crunchy texture on the outside, where inside is like more of a chewy seitan like texture. It just is so good. I love to put it on a salad, or today I'm actually going to put it over a little bit of just like butter lettuce, and then I'm gonna heat up some riced hearts of palm. I've also mentioned this in a previous video. I love this for low-cal days. I get this from Trader Joe's, and there's like 12 grams of carbs for this whole box. I normally like cut it in half and then make half of it with 6 grams of carbs for lunch, and then the other half for dinner or like the next day or something. So I'm gonna put lettuce as my base, just like a little bit of lettuce for some crunch, and then I will top it with the hearts of palm rice. I will put some cucumber on it, a few little tomatoes from my garden, and 1.5 ounces of avocado. And then I have 200 grams allotted for this vegan chicken. And this probably takes up like the majority of my carbs today, but it's worth it to me because I really look forward to eating it. And then I'm using this now as like my post-workout carb. Also, in addition to this chicken as my carb, I am saving some of my carbs for my very last meal of the day, where I'll have cream of rice or oats with protein powder and also a little bit of peanut butter. And I really look forward to this meal too. It's also one of my favorites. And I feel like having that as my very last meal gives me something to look forward to. So it's easier to sacrifice during the day when you're like hungry, when you're feeling depleted, and it just helps me get through the day. So I am going to heat up 200 grams of this in the air fryer and then cook my hearts of palm and then put it all together in a bowl. Also, the reason why I like this hearts of palm rice instead of like cauliflower rice is because cauliflower rice like hurts my stomach. It makes me feel really bloated, and I don't know, it just like, it makes me feel heavy. And this hearts of palm rice like does not. I feel like it's so good. It's great with like seasoning and spices and different things, or with like some balsamic vinegar over. And I feel like it's just like a little bit more versatile, and then it's just super easy on my stomach. So while my chicken is cooking, my hearts of palm rice is just about done as well. Hearts of palm rice literally takes like 5 minutes or less to heat up in a skillet with just like a little bit of avocado spray oil. So I'm just gonna put in a little bit of lettuce, and then I'm gonna top it with cucumbers, which I mentioned in also a previous video. Like, I love cucumbers on all my salads. I love it if I'm just making the hearts of palm rice with like some fish or something. It's like so versatile. They provide a crunch. They have a lot of water. So I'm just a big fan. And then I will slice about 1.5 ounces of avocado that I've allotted myself. My fats, still being like 2 weeks out-ish, are mostly like avocado, chia seeds, and almond butter or peanut butter. I just tend to stick with those because I know how my stomach reacts to them, and also I really like them, so it just works for me. I also mentioned in my last video that I don't really track macros for cucumbers, and also for these little tomatoes that I'll cut and put in here. I actually won't track those either because I just find that they don't have that many calories to begin with. I don't find the need to be like so super stringent. Okay, my chicken is done. My hearts of palm rice is done. So I'm gonna put the hearts of palm rice into my bowl first, and then I'm actually gonna salt it. I just have like this weird order of doing things. And then I'm gonna add some white balsamic on it. And then I will add my chicken on as a last step. And if you are a vegan or vegetarian or want non-meat options, Atlas Monroe ships nationwide. There are warehouses in San Diego, so I go pick it up, but they do ship nationwide. You can look them up online and order online. It's probably a little bit expensive, but very good. Worth it, at least to just give it a try. Okay, and there you have it. And then of course I put Frank's Red Hot Sauce on most things. So I'm just gonna top this over the chicken and then mix all together. The hot sauce mixed with the vinegar I feel like has a really good combination, but I like that kind of like tart taste, so it works for me. And then you have a very good high fiber lunch. I'll actually post the macros up here so you can see between the chicken and the hearts of palm rice and also the avocado. There is a very good amount of fiber in here, which is great. And especially when we're low calorie in prep, that extra fiber is so super important from wherever you can get it from. Anyway, bon appetit. So it's about 4:15 and I'm about to start my cardio. I feeling under the weather, which is unfortunate. This is like day 4 of my head cold. And I also started my cycle yesterday, so it's like 2 things hitting me at once. And this is the heaviest I've ever gone into peak week. The scale is up like 4 pounds. And I'm positive it's the stress on my body from the sickness, from starting my cycle, from just like everything else. And so it's a little bit annoying, even though I'm not really worried about it. It's just unsettling to go into peak week like at this weight on the scale. I think the blessings from this are that I got a cold and my cycle this week and not next week, heading into the show. So that's great. And then another thing is that this head cold is really suppressing my appetite. So while I'm able to eat all the food on my plan, I'm grateful not to be so starving and like food focused and craving all kinds of stuff, considering I'm at 1250 calories now and about to head into 1120 calories for peak week. So I'm at least grateful that like my hunger cues are like not skyrocketing like they normally are. So that's a good thing. And that just reaffirms in my mind that even though the scale weight is up, like there's no way I'm not dropping body fat at this big of a deficit and still being this active. So I'm hoping and also expecting that next week in peak week, the scale starts to drop like pound after pound. Hopefully I'm recovered in the next day or two and things start to ease up a little bit. So that is it. I'm going to do some cardio and then head into dinner and really just continue to relax. I'm trying to be as low stress as possible and really like remove a lot of things from my plate, like heavy work things and social events. So that way I can just like focus on feeling better and recovering and resting and heading into peak week strong. So fingers crossed, but I'm about to do an hour on the treadmill. I should have done an hour on the Stairmaster after my back workout today, but Anna told me just to go home. I think that the Stairmaster is like higher intensity, so it's more strenuous on my body. So I'm going to just try to do like a mellow, moderate grade incline, moderate speed workout here. And even though it is moderate, my heart rate still is tending to get high because I can hardly breathe through my nose. And so I think just the sickness is like ramping up my heart rate. But I have been watching during cardio on my treadmill the show Suits on Netflix. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I think it's like a popular show from like 1,000 years ago, but I'm liking it. So at least like I'm not looking forward to an hour of cardio right now, but I'm actually looking forward to the next episode of Suits. So whatever helps, right? Anyway, wish me luck, getting on, and talk to you guys later. Minutes done. I walked at a 3.8 pace and at a 9% incline, and I burned 420 calories exactly. So done.